Over on the forums at the Glowforge community, somebody, Rebecca, I believe, set up a design challenge. And I think it was Leggable Jerk put together this trebuchet. And since I brought a latest Glowforge build home for the weekend, I decided to try out printing this. But first, I wanted to make a little video holder thing for my phone. So you can see right here putting it together. I'm actually clicking undo repeatedly and showing you it backwards because I forgot to record the actual creation, but you get the basic idea. I had the little cutout with the dog ears on it from a different design that was open. That's not really necessary, although it does add a tiny little bit of structure. You can also see I'm going to go in and round those corners at the top because that'll make the phone slide in more easily. So I'm just cutting those notches to size, and you can see I'll make 2 of those slots. And I'll only actually need 1 of those long pieces to hold it. But I find that they sometimes tend to break if you get rough with them, and so I made an extra. You can see me here. I'd already done a test fit, but I'm assembling it. There's 1 piece, and there's the other. And I managed to do it without actually breaking anything. And it made a very nice little stand that I used for the rest of the build. So I just put it over here on the edge, and then you can see I'm taking the phone, which I'm using to shoot the video, and immediately plopping it into the stand. So it's ready to go. Just scoot it over into position, and then I will show you the actual print of the trebuchet. That was sort of a thumbs up. As it turns out, the phone powered off automatically, so we missed some of the beginning. But you can see here, the Glowforge is going, cutting each of the pieces. And since the material isn't quite perfectly flat, you can see it drops into place as soon as each piece is cut out. I'm running the video here at about 4x speed. The entire print was 12 minutes if memory serves. Now you can see here the tube. A lot of people don't realize the tube actually is moving back and forth under the lid, and you can see the gas glowing in the tube. That's the actual laser. You can also see this laser is covered with dust. We have a no clean policy because while you'll certainly be able to wipe down your Glowforge, we want to know what happens if you don't. We actually have one really old one at the office that's been running nonstop since Maker Faire, more than 6 months ago, without any cleaning at all, and it's running like a champ. You also notice there was a little bit of candle flame as it's cutting. This does not have air assist turned on for this material. So you'll sometimes get that little bit of, it looks like a kind of a birthday candle flame while you're cutting. As soon as the laser moves it, it'll go out. Kind of the last pieces there. And, that's the interconnect on the lever. All right, so you can see I've just lifted the camera out of the holder, and we're opening it up. You can also see the remaining pieces of the holder over there. I arranged it so that the scrap from the trebuchet would make the holder. I have no idea what we're watching right there. Sorry about that. Now, let's see. Oh, I realized I needed some spacers that weren't in the original. So I grabbed the hole that I used, which is the right diameter, made a copy of that. And then you can see I'm clicking the height of this because I want the spacer to be the same diameter as that circle. And I'm copying the height of that piece. And then I'm going to go over to the circle function and create a new circle whose diameter is exactly the same as the larger, as the height of that. There we go. And just move those so they're concentric. And that's going to be the washer that I use. And I'm going to end up cutting, I think 8 of them by the time all is done. So I'm just going over to basically a blank untitled sheet, pasting it in. And then I'll go over to the Glowforge plugin, which for some reason, I'm just making another one there, a copy. For some reason, the Glowforge plugin doesn't show up on the screen capture I was using. So you can see there are the washers, and I'm dropping them into position. If I get it too close to the edge, you could see those bumpers show you where too far is so that you don't accidentally position them off the material. And we get those lined up and hit print. And at this point, it's sending the design via Wi-Fi to the Glowforge. I should mention at this point that I actually have this hooked up to my phone for reasons that get into the excitement of my home Wi-Fi setup. But this is actually all running over a temporary access point that I set up on my phone. So the Glowforge is connected to my phone, is connected to the internet, and it's printing. And this is actually plugged into wired Ethernet, so it's doing the countdown. but because it's synchronized with the server, as soon as that hits 0, the Glowforge will actually be done. So we finished that, and I don't think I have any video. Oh, there's the cow. You can see I added some cows. And here's the final one. I didn't do assembly, but it's ready to go. And you can see I set it up right on the lid. The Glowforge lid is open. And there's the cow moving into position as Betsy takes her place. At 3, 2, 1. And here's some slow-mo. Whoosh, off she goes.